If you guys can't tell by the camera shakes on his shifts, Vance is shifting like the most aggressive shifting I've ever felt in my life. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Charles with TRC, and today we're in Denver, Colorado with Brian and his 2008 335i. Let's check this thing out. Yo, Brian, what's going on, man? Thanks for bringing the car out. This thing is awesome. I'm super excited to take a look at it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Of course, man. So what can you tell me about the build? You know, it's obviously something that's kind of quick, so.
Yeah, so it's a 2008 335. The car is on a single turbo setup. It's a 64, 66. I got the car kind of built. I already had a 335 before, and I built that one from scratch, from bone stock, and pretty much I sold it. I regretted it, so I didn't want to go back into the process of getting another car and rebuilding it because it was just way too much money.
Yeah, for sure.
So I bought this one, put a lot of time and effort into this one as well, because it wasn't necessarily how I wanted it. It already had a single turbo setup. However, I ended up switching from a bottom mount to a top mount single turbo. It also does have a 8.8 rear end, so it has the axles and the whole diff. Other than that, I mean, the car has, pretty much everything you can think of. It's still on a stock block.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm ready for it to blow because we're gonna be rebuilding the engine as soon as it does blow. It's done some great runs with some cars here in Colorado for what it is. So it's not a bad looking car.
Yeah, no, it's definitely really cool. I love the carbon fiber accent pieces, and I love the wheel choice, the welds. They're freaking sick, man.
Yeah, so I actually have welds in the front. I have jags in the back. Unfortunately, I could not make the welds work in the back.
Oh, damn.
So I had to have, obviously, the jags in the back. Yeah, other than that, the cars, I think it's pretty unique. I like these cars a lot, and like I said, I've had these. I had another one, and that one made 757. Wheel, and it was an all-wheel drive car.
Okay.
This one is rear-wheel drive, so it's a little bit different. It puts the power down. It's pretty unique. You don't see much of these cars that are built the right way.
Yeah, not really.
I have no lights on the dash because that's like my biggest thing. I'm very OCD about lights.
So this is definitely something that's dialed. It looks definitely dialed in terms of the style aspect. So
yeah, and like I said, it is a stock block. The only thing that I have done to it is bearings.
Okay.
Other than that, the setup, the engine is stock. It's a 6-speed. The only thing that I have is a Motive twin disc. It is tuned by Motive. Both my cars, this one and my F80 M3, are tuned by Motive.
Okay.
And I've gone through Motive for everything. It does have port injection.
So we're on the ride along, and Brian has been kind enough to take me on the ride, and this thing is insane. It's beautiful on the interior, but it's relatively stock looking.
Yeah, so believe it or not, this car is pretty stock from the inside. Realistically, the only thing that I have is these RTD shifter and a carbon fiber steering wheel.
Okay.
Other than that, the car is pretty much stock from the inside.
I'm definitely excited to go on this ride along. This thing sounds insane, first of all. The exhaust on this is absolutely incredible. Oh, you can just tell this thing means business.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, this was one of my favorite cars just because it's manual. I feel more.
That looks notchy. That looks awesome.
Yeah, and believe it or not, so this is an old RTD shifter. This is on my list to do a new one.
Okay.
I have a carbon fiber one that I am getting from RTD itself, but it's gonna say Colorado 5X on the actual shifter, so
dope.
Just waiting on that. Yeah, this car is.
Dude!
I like it, man.
Those gear shifts just slam your head.
Yeah, I've been driving stick for about 2 months, man, you know?
Jeez. This is an animal. Like, raw, untamed animal. Oh my Lord, this thing's a monster.
Sick.
Woo, dang. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous, man. That thing is just poking right there.
Yeah, so it's a little bit ugly right now just because I don't have the engine cover on it.
I mean, speak for yourself, man. I think this looks pretty sexy.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, I do need the engine cover just because there's a bunch of wiring and stuff, and I'm not a big fan of it. So
for sure,
the engine cover does help.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that sucks right now is I do have a manual boost controller, so I'm limited to about like 24, 25 psi.
Okay. Was there any reason for that, or?
Yeah, so I went to Arizona for a no-fly zone, and I had an electric boost controller, and my electric boost controller cut off when I was there, so I had to run.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I had to run a quick fix, which is a manual boost controller. So it's what I have right now. It works. It's done some great kills here in Colorado. I've ran some cars that are making 900 to 1,000. Some track hawks here in Colorado. They're pretty well known. Yeah, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Working right now. It's literally on the setup that I've been running for a while. I did order a new electric boost controller. Like I said, I do have port injection. It's the sandwich plate, and it goes in between the manifold. 750 injectors, and
you're on full E?
Yeah, full E85.
Cool.
Yep, and like I said, everything's tuned by Motive. So
awesome. And are you running a blow-off valve, wastegate?
Yeah, so yes, just a basic charge pipe and a tile blow-off valve.
Okay, cool.
And then I also have 2 external wastegates on this side.
So I have to ask, what's your favorite part about this car? Because I know if I own this car, I would get into a lot of trouble. So
yeah, honestly, I love that it's manual. Like I said, I have my F80, and I've had my F80 for a bit, and it's DCT, and it's amazing. I would not choose any other way for my F80, but the fact that this one's manual, it just feels more raw, and I think the sounds coming out of this car, they're just amazing, man. So
yeah, definitely. We were riding over here, and this car sounds absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, especially for the single turbo, just whistling up front. I know you said you sometimes take your headlight off.
Sometimes I take the headlight off just because I can get more air. Right now, obviously, I take this car out a lot at night. I can't have both headlights off.
Mm-hmm.
So for legal reasons, I have to put both of them on. But when I do have it off, it's extremely loud. I mean, it's extremely loud as it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
I can't imagine it being louder than it already is. So what kind of tires are you running on this thing?
So I just run Mickey Thompsons. They do well. Anything that's above, I think, 40 is insane. I haven't gotten the chance to track this just because all last year I was building it. I mean, when I bought the car, the engine blew right away. I knew it was going to happen. Same with the turbo kit. So as soon as it blew, I had to take it apart, put a new engine in. Like I said, all I did was bearings. I was going to do a custom build, but I did more on the F80, and I focused on the F80. This year, I'm focusing more on this car and the F80 kind of both at the same time, but this one I plan on tracking it because I've not tracked it at all.
Yeah.
I really don't do digs on this car. I've just been doing rolls just because when you go digs, more stuff breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that yet. And this car, a lot of people do not like the M54 because they believe it's very unreliable. I would say otherwise. As long as you keep up with your maintenance, everything's good. I mean, spark plugs, coils, injectors, everything's brand new, and I've had 0 issues since. My issues are like normal basic issues like boost leak issues with vacuum lines, or pretty much just tuning issues where I just go back and forth with the tuner. Elevation obviously is a big factor here.
Yeah, definitely.
But other than that, I think the car's, it's perfect.
Jesus!
Record.
that was a 5th gear.
Yeah, 5th gear.
That was 5th.
Would have gone into 6th.
Wow.
Blown it up. Do not care.
Okay. If you guys can't tell by the camera shakes on his shifts, Mans is shifting like the most aggressive shifting I've ever felt in my life.
I do not want to miss a gear on camera. Not today.
Mans was flipping out.
Yeah, they get some good reactions sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
Gotta love the reactions to this car. Like I keep touching on the looks because I just love how meaty the rear tires are, the carbon fiber accents, the polished lips, everything. Like
I own a Color 5X.
Oh yeah, like right in your...
Obviously, yeah. So I sell everything when it comes down to lips, bumpers, and all that good stuff. So I try making the car appearance-wise look really nice. I know a lot of people are gonna give me crap because the hood is messed up. I've been really lazy on fixing the hood and the rear bumper. It got hit.
So what kind of suspension does this car have?
So believe it or not, it's all stock suspension.
Stock suspension, and
Yeah.
it looks this nice?
Yeah, so it's just because of the wide tires in the back. So the only thing that I have is obviously I have the R1 concept brakes and rotors.
Okay.
And I have a small brake kit in the back because you can't run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You can't run big brakes in the rear.
Yeah, on the back. So that's pretty much about it when it comes down to suspension.
Well, cool, man. So I know you kept talking about your F80.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that we have it right here.
Yep. I brought
So you wanna go check it out real quick?
So I'll check it out and I'll talk to you a little bit about it.
So this is your F80, and I have to say, this thing is probably the cleanest F80 I've ever seen, especially with the HREs. Like, so this thing's awesome. What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so this is my baby. This is the car that obviously has everything done to it as far as cosmetics, unlike my E92. So this one I went with a little bit different. I went with a different route. I like the twill, the 2x2 carbon on it. As you can see, everything on the car is forged carbon with the emblem, lip, splitters, mirrors, diffuser, spoiler. I mean, I went forged carbon on everything on this car.
Mans even went on the emblem. Like,
yeah.
y'all ain't going hard unless you're going on the emblem. Like, the emblem is like, I never see someone customize their emblem.
Yeah,
so.
the only reason why I did that is because there's when I bought this car, there was only I think one F80 here in Colorado that was this color. I saw a lot more coming in, so I wanted mine to stand out a little bit different from the other ones. So I went with forged carbon just so people recognized which car was mine. Exterior wise, pretty much everything's forged carbon, and then other than that, performance on this car, it's pretty simple, but I mean, it makes jam. I think it's the DCT that just holds it all together.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I do have pure turbos.
Okay.
They're the pure stage 2 plus intakes, downpipes, mid pipes. I mean, all the full bolts on stuff. I'm still running a stock fuel system when it comes down to the low pressure fuel pump. I do have port injection on this one as well.
Okay.
Same setup as I do on the E92, so 750 injectors. And I do have obviously the AIC to go along with the port injection. Stock block, this one I haven't even, it's untouched. Stock block and stock clutch. This is probably going to change here in like less than a month.
Okay.
The clutch is going to be ordered here soon, and the block, we're going to be rebuilding it. It's just where it's a matter of time. So
yeah,
I just got the turbos in. I'm still dialing it in. On my old setup with the old turbos, I made 757, 760 torque.
Okay.
So it made some good power for what it was.
And you've upgraded the turbos
yeah,
since then,
I upgraded
so
the turbos.
It's making some real jam now.
Yeah, and like I said, everything's tuned by Motive again. He's been a real help throughout this whole thing, just because I've been having a lot of issues with the F80 because I come from an E92 platform.
Okay.
So the M54, and Jake has just been amazing with it. And obviously at my shop, I'm not the one who does the work. I'll do a bit of work here and there, but I focus on selling stuff.
For sure.
Billy, my business partner, he's the one who does all the mechanical side of stuff. He's the one who's touched this car pretty much this whole time. So
what's your favorite part about your F80?
Probably just the looks, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a basic car. It's, like I said, it's DCT, so I don't have to worry about traffic and then having to shift, putting the clutch in and out. So it's a really...
Seems like it's a better daily driver.
Yeah, it's a really good daily driver, even though I don't daily... Actually, I daily drove this for about like 2-3 months. So I was just getting really annoyed, so I daily drove this for quite a bit. And that was even on upgraded turbos, the other peers that I had. So it's a very simple car.
For sure.
And the fact that I can drive it on just a low map and then all of a sudden just floor it and it makes some big power.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's like one of my favorite parts.
I love all the carbon fiber accents on the interior. Like, yeah, here, literally everywhere.
Yeah, so basically all the trim, that's all stock. The only thing that's not stock, obviously, is the carbon fiber here, e-brake, and obviously the steering wheel. That's what we make, so.
Jeez, this thing moves, but you're right, it feels planted.
Yeah, I know.
Even when you were like a little bit out of control there, like
yeah,
it felt planted.
Yeah, so it spins a little bit. Obviously the tires are not warm enough yet, but yeah, it does feel really smooth, and it does. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't feel fast anymore compared to my E92.
Yeah,
so.
Gotta love the sound of those. Oh. Woo.
Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. Sometimes they get annoying, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know.
It's kind of the mood.
Yep.
Oh god, this thing's so much fun. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind popping the hood for me.
Yeah.
And I just love this. It's Yasmin Marina blue, right?
Yes, correct.
Oh god, this color just looks amazing. And then with the forged carbon, you can't get a better look than this on a BMW, in my opinion. I don't know about anyone else, but
it's a love or hate thing. I know a lot of people love forged carbon. A lot of people hate it. Personally, I love it.
Oh yeah.
It's just I hated it at first, and then I kind of got used to it, and then now I just can't go without forged.
So in here, you also are touching on a little bit more forged carbon right here. The pure turbos right there. You can kind of see the little hint that this car's not stock.
Exactly. So I think it sounds a little bit more different, obviously, than the turbos are pretty loud on this car. Obviously, when I give you a ride in these cars, you'll see that this car feels really slow, in my opinion. I think it's just because it's so planted and so smooth.
Okay.
Versus my 335, on the other hand, that one feels just more raw. You'll definitely see the difference.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. So basically, all these builds and stuff like that, like I post everything on YouTube, and it's just at Colorado15X. So basically, my company, my tag is literally I post it on everywhere, and I just started doing a little bit of YouTube here and there.
Okay.
But I do more of like vlog style videos of just me going out racing cars, obviously in Mexico. So everything's done on YouTube now. I'm just trying to post. I've been pretty active on there, just to showcase my cars and some of the builds that we have there. So
if you guys want to check that stuff out, go check out his YouTube channel, Colorado M5X.
And I can also turn off and on the valves, which is amazing because sometimes my neighbors like to complain, which I really don't care for, but you gotta be nice sometimes. I'm living with them, so with just one click, M1 valves are closed, and it's a completely stock car, and it sounds quiet. Even though, I guess from the inside of the car, it is quiet, from the outside, it's decently loud, especially the turbos. There's a lot of turbo noises, so.
Oh Lord. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We did make it back to the parking lot. Brian, thank you so much for taking us on the ride along. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And is there anything else you want to say to the camera?
Just, I guess, check me out on YouTube. Like I said, I'm trying to get into the YouTube thing, and I've been posting more. So obviously a lot of people are gonna ask this. I know how YouTube is. 24, they're not paid by daddy. Colorado5x.com. At Colorado5x.com, that's exactly what I do for a living. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, guys, go follow this man's YouTube, and we will see you guys in the next video, all right?